If you're in Wuhan, then a face mask might be useful. But if you're in a country that less than 10 cases, there's no need to wear a face mask in the general community.
Meet Rana McIntyre, a professor at the University of New South Wales and the head of the Biosecurity Program at the Kirby Institute. She's here to answer some questions about the Wuhan coronavirus.
The Chinese government has said that there is transmission through direct contact, which means you can touch something and then infect yourself. So hand hygiene, washing your hands, can actually reduce the risk of infection. We've seen people in countries where there's really not many cases, like in the US, wearing face masks everywhere, and that's not necessary. If you're in Wuhan, then a face mask might be useful, but if you're in a country that only has, less than 10 cases, there's no need to wear a face mask in the general community. Lockdowns can definitely be effective if they reduce travel, because travel is the major mode of these infections spreading around the world. The question is more about making sure that people who are under lockdown have adequate food, water, medicines and other essential supplies, and that they are looked after and they're not suffering for other reasons. Several countries are looking at how they can evacuate their nationals to back home. And that's reasonable, and it's better to have a plan than to leave people trapped without a plan who want to go home, because then you can find undocumented travel occurring, and it's much harder to then keep track of the risk of infection spreading. The epidemic seems to be increasing more rapidly than with SARS, and we've now seen more than 20 countries have cases, mostly with a travel history from China, but there's been person-to-person transmission in people who have not travelled to China, in Vietnam, Taiwan, Japan, and in Germany. So person-to-person transmission is what we worry about the most, because it means that if enough disease gets into another country, you don't need travellers from China to bring it. It can spread on its own. I think to first find out what is the source, is there an animal source? What is the animal? What degree of person-to-person transmission is happening, and what kind of transmission is that? And understanding those will then help us tailor our control measures better. Well, it's always a fine line between giving people information that can help them to protect themselves and manage their situations well, and to avoid unnecessary panic. And that's a difficult line to tread, because there is a lot of panic, and the best thing is to just try to give people the information they need, not to hide information from them, and also to be honest about things that we don't know, because there's a lot of unknowns still about this virus. Community members should just make sure they get their information from reputable and reliable sources, and not from conspiracy blogs.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching this video. If you have other questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and we'll try to have them answered in our next video with another expert. If you think this video will benefit others, then do share it around, follow our YouTube and Facebook page for more content, and have a nice day.